Go get him, Letta. Go get him, Letta.
You ready?
What the f*** was that?
I was being chopped up.
Oh my God. Bad.
Hey everyone.
Hey everyone. Welcome to our new episode. And guess what?
Yes.
This episode is so nice. We filmed it twice. No, not really.
And not because we wanted to.
Yeah, no, it's not because it's so nice. It's because, in fact, audio issues. Enough said, right? Yeah, so
Yes.
So we're here. We're I was about to say you're saying.
Yeah.
Anyway,
so guys, we're here to talk about a movie that came out yesterday on Netflix's exclusively streaming Netflix's
Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
It's
cut
just
off that
Texas Chainsaw
I know.
Massacre.
I wrote the on the board mostly because it just felt wrong not to.
But I didn't even realize that's what it was until like this morning when I was watching some more footage.
In the Texas, oh my God, the Texas, my hat belt fell off. Did I get my hat belt on?
I like that it matches the red in the Jaws shirt.
Oh yeah, this is all planned.
So I
remembered what this was called last night, and I can't remember now.
Something to hang your fat
exercise
neck with.
My Second Amendment rights up in this bitch. Don't you think I won't? Dose. Second Amendment. First Amendment. Second Amendment. Bitch.
The only two amendments I need.
Yeah.
So
I would tell you about the Third Amendment, but I don't have a third gun. Unfortunately, I'm not a true Texan. Anyway, so we got everybody here. We got Lucas. And we
well, if you're a Texan, your
Brandon.
your people have been desecrated by some millennials that came to a little city in Texas.
Well, you're getting ahead of yourself. So what did I say, Netflix? What did I say?
We had a trailer reaction where Brandon said that he had high hopes for this movie. All right. And if they
not
messed
initially.
It up,
I had zero hopes for this movie. This was a movie that I wasn't even going to see, mind you. And then this trailer came out, and I was like, I've heard things about this movie, which in all fairness, those things really didn't end up being true. But I heard things about this movie, and I was like, I don't want to see that. And then the trailer came out, Lucas mentioned it. I decided to watch it. And then I got excited, because I love Halloween 2018. And, I just, you ripped that off. You stole my heart.
I mean, just because you like Finding Nemo doesn't mean Shark Tale is going to really tickle your fin there. No, is it? You know what I mean?
Just because I like Finding Nemo doesn't mean I like Finding Dory, and that's a true statement. So,
yeah, I never saw it, and I thought it was pointless. So,
it's not good. I went to the theater to see it. Yes, thank you. But yeah, and I said that if you let me down after my hopes have been raised by this trailer, then you're dead to me, Netflix. And
and he said
that
he was going to hate Netflix as much as Lucas does. And Here we are. We have dawned a new era.
We've reached that moment. So I hate you, Netflix. You've let me down.
So basically that's going to lead into the talkings of the movie.
Bet you didn't think that when you clicked on Texas Chainsaw First Thoughts that I was going to be talking about Death on the Nile, which I went and saw earlier today. And that is a really good movie. Really good movie. It sparked my my inner inspiration and it makes me want to be a filmmaker again,
all over again.
Yeah, it made me want to be a director. It was really good. It's a sequel to Murder on the Orient Express, apparently, another Agatha Christie.
Didn't see that one, but it's been on my list to see at some point. Look cool.
Yeah, that one didn't get great reviews, so I was like, eh. And then this one came out. My dad wanted to see it, so we went, and it's like, it's good. It's good. It's 2 hours long, but it flies by like that. And no spoilers, but I actually guessed the killer or killers and the way they went about it. So I don't know if I'm just smart or if the movie was slightly predictable, but even so,
I won't tell you guys the answer to that.
It was a lot of fun. It was a lot.
But what about another movie that didn't have a 2 hour runtime that was just shy of an hour and 20 minutes?
Oh, It Follows? Yeah, we could talk about It Follows. No, I know what you're getting at, unfortunately. Yeah, so
we can't keep delaying the inevitable.
It's true.
So guys, we both watched,
and we're gonna hold off on
Massacre.
Spoilers for a little bit, just in case anybody who hasn't seen it yet wants to just get the general vibe and then check out, which that's fine. Go watch it, come back. I think you probably got the general vibe by me disowning Netflix, but it's not the worst movie ever. It's not even the worst movie of the series. You gotta go pretty low for that bar. The movie is about you touched on it in like a joking way. It's a group of people coming into a town, a ghost town, Harlow, Texas, and they're like going to revitalize it. They're going to build a restaurant. It's not super
in the
clear.
Middle of nowhere.
Yeah, they even say it's like 3 hours away from like the next town.
So if these millennials are going to live there, which is what they wanted to do, a fresh start, like they keep saying, how are they going to fucking add any of this to their Snapchat story or their Instagram? They'll die within a week.
Yeah, the internet's not working. I don't know. It's not super clear about that.
Again, which just kind of like leads into this avalanche that continues the whole movie of just, nothing makes sense in this whole movie. It's just driving characters to get from point A to point B to have a chainsaw.
Yes.
And kill them and their friends. It's what you signed up for, but
correct. I gotta be honest, it really reminded me of a movie that you have never seen and didn't even think existed, and it was Leprechaun Returns. It was like college kids.
Is Jennifer Aniston in it?
Yeah. And they're moving into like a house, and it's Tori's daughter. Tori is Jennifer Aniston from the original. And it's a direct sequel to the original, same Leprechaun, except it's not Warwick Davis because they couldn't afford him either.
Oh, that's even worse.
And they're like trying to make this house green, with like solar panels and all this stuff, whatever. They're doing construction on the house. This movie gave me those kind of vibes. It did it better, in all fairness.
Leprechaun's doing it better. You have a problem.
No. Oh yeah. No. Yeah. This one did it better. Texas Chainsaw
I thought you were saying Leprechaun did.
No. Hell no.
Wouldn't that be funny if in the sequel they had Jennifer Aniston come back and she was like,
I'd be good with that.
It's been 30 years. I'm gonna kill that son of a bitch.
Yeah, no, I would love it. I'm not even kidding. I would love it. I would forget that this last one existed. Just do that. Warwick Davis. We're good to go. But if it's going to be in that same timeline, I don't want to say spoilers for a movie that nobody saw except me. But it's not possible for her character to come back in this timeline, so they would have to reboot it again. So the director of this movie was David Blue Garcia, the coolest name ever. I wish my middle name was Blue, but it's not. But it could be. Writers Chris Thomas Devlin, Fede Alvarez, and Rodo Sayaguez. Yeah, Evil Dead remake.
Yes.
The cinematography was Ricardo Diaz. another cool name. A lot of Hispanic people working on this movie. I guess that makes sense.
They're in Texas.
Correct.
They'll have locals working.
Texas.
Possibly.
Everything's bigger in Texas. Is that their state motto? Anyway.
Yes.
And I bring up Ricardo Diaz because that's actually one of my positives. I thought that the cinematography was good. It was
shot and directed fine.
Yeah.
It was competently done for sure. Duncan doesn't
definitely agree. He said this movie is directed like trash.
Yeah, he doesn't. He's not feeling it.
The cinematography is good though. I would say you're playing a little fast and loose with the good direction thing there, but keep in mind that the way that the actors act is completely contingent on the direction. But this is not really a spoiler. John Larroquette makes his triumphant return. He is the narrator, and we haven't heard him since correct me if I'm wrong, but the 2003 remake.
And he sounds the same. Sounds great.
Yeah, he's older now, but he's always sounded like a 97-year-old man. So, it's pretty good. And lastly, and from here it's gonna get spoilery. So Leatherface was played by Mark Burnham, and we both agreed on that he was a highlight for sure.
Well, I mean, I have very, very few positives to say about the movie as it is. You know that already, but the audience doesn't. So there you go. I have like maybe 2 or 3 things to say about it. And I mean, Leatherface is the standout character. I mean, you're not really rooting for the final girl in this movie. You're rooting for Leatherface to fucking cut their heads off and wave them at the end of the movie. That's what you're asking to happen with these characters. So Leatherface is actually, I mean, he's a little too smart for my taste of a leather that, that I
that's
enjoy.
not his fault though. That's not fine. The actor's fault.
It's still enjoyable. So,
yes.
It was nice to see. So yeah, totally stand out. Anytime he was on screen, I enjoyed it. And I rooted for Leather for sure.
Yes. Yeah. So it's like I said, it's going to get spoilerific from here. So have a nice night to you guys.
Peace out.
Yeah. And come back when you watch the movie. I'm sorry. Okay. So, I was on Leatherface's side for this movie, of course, because the kids are, let's face it, they're ass clowns.
Well, I mean, basically, except for Richter, the entire supporting cast is shit. I mean,
all the kids. Richter's
they're
like 95.
They're annoying. Yeah, the kids in this movie are annoying as fuck, and that's what I also have to say, kind of about the first movie, like Franklin. So I watched this movie the other night before I watched the new movie. I mentioned that to you.
Franklin is the worst character ever.
All I gotta say, Brandon, is what do you think about that? Do you think he was trying to write something there?
That was his entire performance.
Yeah, it'll be fun. Come with us, it's fun. He's fucking insufferable. All the people in the movie are insufferable, quite frankly. So I don't know if this is like supposed to be like a meta comeback that it's going over my head completely. But no, the supporting cast is shit in this movie. I mean, everyone has this, and maybe it's like the millennial writing, right? But they're all millennial people. Like there are people, right? But they're so stuck up, entitled, and whiny fucking brats. So
on purpose. It's all on purpose. There's not really a person you're supposed to side with in this movie, except for
fucking
Lila, potentially. But
yeah,
definitely
that's a big potential.
Definitely Leatherface for sure.
Not Mel,
because I'm
Melody?
No, I'm like never on Leatherface's side. I'm like, hey, I like watching what you do.
I enjoy your art
buddy,
for what it's worth.
Bubba Sawyer. But no, I was like so on his side for this. I mean, obviously they're responsible for that woman dying.
Well, I was gonna say from the very
And
beginning of the movie, you're on the
it was
side
completely
of
avoidable. So
yeah, because you find out later in the house. So they're gonna take the orphanage in that house away from the woman. That's all she has. Obviously, she's got a few screws loose, and it turns out that they didn't even have the legal right to do that. Had they let her talk about how she sorted out with the police, you could have spared all of your lives actually, because then Leather wouldn't have had the motivation to fucking kill you. They have your restaurant, Dante. Slurp that up with half your face gone.
Speaking of the orphanage, it can't be a coincidence that it has the same layout as the original house.
Yes. So when you walk in, it has the stairs right there.
Yeah.
It has
right
that
side
area with the sliding door and everything. Yep. So yeah, it's
same
it's right
general layout. As far as the upstairs goes, I don't know how close that is. Because they don't really focus too much on that in either movie. Yeah, I mean this movie they show the upstairs.
Well, they have the upstairs for that scene, but yeah, the first one not so much.
Not that I can remember. I remember there was an attic scene with Grandpa or Grandma. Somebody was up there. There's a lot of seemingly deceased grandparents that are still alive. Grandpa's the best. Grandpa, yeah, I can't remember what they said, but it's like Grandpa's the best at hammering, and he just keeps dropping the hammer. Anyway, I wish, God, it wouldn't have been possible, but to get Grandpa back, that would have been really good. But as we know, there is a post-credit scene where the house does make a return, the original house. So if they get sequels, that's where Leatherface will be, is in that house, whether or not people are living in it. And it looks like people are living in it. So good luck.
What is it like? I didn't watch the scene. Is it like the whole, like, do they repurpose it and like it looks nice? Like, or is it like dilapidated still?
It looks the same. It's not dilapidated. It's never really been dilapidated. It just, it looks like it's being kept up. Like, okay, there's flowers and the lawn's cut and that kind of stuff. I think there might be a vehicle in front of it.
That actually could be a fucking great movie. I'm not gonna lie.
It could be
pretty cool.
It would probably be over pretty quick because he kind of dispatches of people relatively quickly. It's like Halloween Kills again. Yeah. So, Pretty Woman Leatherface. We all love a Pretty Woman Leatherface. Who doesn't love a Pretty Woman Leatherface, right? We all love that. And it makes a triumphant return as well, just like John Larroquette. And he's putting makeup on, and it's real good. I was like, oh, it's been a while since we've seen that, and the last time we've seen it was done wrong, very, very wrong in the fourth movie, just wrong.
Come on,
that might even not be the same.
Got a very young Matthew McConaughey. And Renee Zellweger. Come on. Yeah. 2 award-winning actors.
How their careers took off after that.
Took off.
I will never know.
Because people were so happy that they got out of that movie.
I'm sure.
Something else.
And
anyway, we'll move on our list here.
It was the exact model color of the chainsaw from the original, either a pull-in or a pull-in, however you want to pronounce it, whatever's correct. Same chainsaw that he pulls out of the wall. I wondered to myself if they were even going to actually show the brand on it, because it's a brand name, but they did. It was exact in every way. And so none of these are connected really, but Richter's death scene was a highlight for me. As I mentioned in the Scream review, there was a moment in that movie towards the beginning where Ghostface stomps down on somebody's ankle. No spoilers if you haven't watched that movie, and you just see it snap. And I went, ooh, right?
We both did.
I did the same thing in this movie.
Yes.
With Richter's leg and a hammer involved. and that thing gets all cattywampus on us. It just starts flopping around, and that was effective for sure. Most of the bus scene is good, I would say, and yeah, so that is my positives. Do you have anything else to add to the list?
I liked the very beginning callback to the original movie. Obviously, the intro, the narration, the text, nice. And then the very end of the movie, I absolutely like, although it's stupid, I do like that the Tesla's on autopilot. What, Melody, right, has her head cut off, and Leatherface does his little dance, and then he swings it and it cuts to the credits. I was like, you know what? I'm glad it's over.
Yeah, but it wasn't. You just got out before it was really done.
I had to get out with my sanity intact. But no, like that, and like Richter, like I said, Sally was horrible. So no, the gore was, even though a lot of it was CG, it was still enjoyable. It was still enjoyable for what it was worth. So I'll go for the gore. It's fine. Those are my 4 positives. Everything else,
okay. Yeah.
Which even then we've already mentioned a lot of the things that are negative.
I know we hinted. For some of the middle ground stuff, I'm gonna call it weird stuff, just for the purpose of this. There's some weird things. It's not negative. It's not positive. It's just kind of their middle ground. Iffy. That is the fact that the kids are kind of likable. Like I was fine watching them, none of them were like too terrible, like horror movies tend to do, but also they're just such assholes that I'm just like,
well, they have no regard for anybody or each other. Like, they don't even seem like they like each other.
No, and it's just that's one of many roadblocks that are put up.
It's like
roadblock,
like the manatees that did Family Guy created the template for each character in this friend group. It just makes no fucking sense. It's like auto-generated trash.
Correct. I do have to say, I forgot to mention this. The whole scene with Ruth in the van, once it gets into the accident, was really good. Super tense.
And I'm like, oh, this might be a cool movie.
Yeah. I was on board at that point still, even though it was right before that was a terrible CGI first kill of the movie that some people, and when I say some, it seems to be the bulk
everybody
of horror fans out there think it's so cool, and all I could think was, no, it looks so fake, and I get that it's going to be fake, but I still want it to feel visceral and real.
Yeah,
it looked like that arm bent like licorice or something. I don't know.
Like Harry's arm after Lockhart.
Yes.
Took the bones out from the road.
Pretty much. And so it was like, whatever. And let's see here. The school shooting subplot. It was stupid. Not necessary.
They just shoved it in there for relevance and relevancy points, I guess.
Richter, like all of a sudden caring about this old lady that I don't even think he knows the name of, because he says, that old woman died? You're going to give me those keys right now. And he steals the keys from the people and like threatens them to get the keys. Like, why do you care? You don't even know her name. Well, it was Miss Mick, by the way.
It's the Legend of Leather. That's what I did not know. Of course I didn't.
Yeah, so the last thing that just falls in the middle for me is the car having autopilot at the end, which you mentioned is like a positive.
So that is a Tesla that they're driving, and it's what it looks like on the inside. And so Tesla's autopilot works on like highways and major city roads. It does not work on back roads. It's not what it is.
Which this most certainly was. Yeah. Yeah. Elon Musk doesn't need any more advertisement. This is probably what paid for the movie, in all honesty, like product placement. And for like the most expensive car ever.
A Texas Chainsaw movie, and you're gonna do it for us. It seems like I have an American accent, but then it changes to something else. But yeah, I'll pay for it.
Yeah, he's from South Africa, I believe. Okay. So he has a South African accent, but also a speech impediment. But that was pretty good. Yeah, he definitely has a speech impediment. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry for laughing at you.
Everybody makes fun of his voice. But he's weird. I mean, you see what he named his kid?
Oh.
Nobody knows how to pronounce that. It's just like symbols and letters and numbers and shit.
All right, we'll go back to Texas Chainsaw.
I want to have an episode about that kid's name. How about you guys out there? You want us to have an entire episode deciphering what the hell that name means?
That's the one
I
that
know
puts us on the fucking map.
That Grimes, his ex, something to him, the mother of the child, went and tried to explain what the name meant on social media. Still don't get it. Yeah, so that was my last in the middle. The rest is just going to be Negative City. Welcome to Negative City, Texas. I'm gonna wear this for the rest of the
nice. We'll go from tinfoil hat to Texan. Great.
Exactly. Where else have I worn this hat? There's a James Bond Funko figure in it for you. Also, a Lucas figure. Anybody want this? He'll sign it.
That's what I look like in my off time. Yeah. In my Shaolin monk robe and missing teeth and
okay. Let's get started.
And here we go.
You know, you could call this movie unnecessary. You could call it roadblock, whatever you want to call it. They just like to throw it in for weird reasons, like Ruth even going with the old lady to begin with. They just met her. I get that they murdered her, but they just met her. Yes. And like I said, Richter stealing the keys, which I'm like, on, because he has some type of soul in there, I guess. What makes this chainsaw? This literally 50-year-old chainsaw. Last time it was used, it was drenched in blood. That rust, that's going to oxidize that bad boy. That thing is going to be falling apart. What makes it so powerful? It's like,
well, we're going to follow the Halloween 2018 formula, Brandon. We got to use the same chainsaw, okay? How else are the fans going to enjoy it?
I like that. That was my positive, but that's certainly true for me. I'd be like, why not use the original chainsaw? But don't make it so powerful. Don't make it like it has magical abilities where you just shove it through the ground
because you can't even fucking metal. Yeah, so let's just point that out very, very briefly. So the chainsaw can do anything, apparently. There's a scene at the end of this movie when they're fighting Leatherface, and Mel or the other one, it's her goddamn name. Lila. I was gonna say Lila. Has the chainsaw and then like butts him in the chin with the chainsaw, and instead of it like going up and slicing his face open, it just like a Three Stooges skit. You could have added like,
it's like they just did that to his like.
You could have added like a little like a horn honk and like to that scene, and it would have felt completely in line with what we're seeing. Stupid.
It would have been Halloween 5 all over again. I'm getting flashbacks.
All clear.
When I saw that, I asked Brandon if I like watched a fucked up copy of the movie because I like couldn't believe that was real. Anyway, let's keep on the Texas track.
Yeah, so that chainsaw is cutting through things. He's throwing it across rooms, across floor, whatever. It hits somebody, it's killing them. It's weird. I don't know what to say about that. Another thing with the chainsaw, it's in the bus. I said I like the bus scene mostly. There's a really weird moment where he's in the midst of massacring.
Yes.
massacring everybody in this bus, which felt very Halloween Kills to me. He shoves the chainsaw through a guy's asshole. Can you say that on YouTube? I don't care. And yeah, and then out of his dick into like, and then it looks like a dick sticking out of this chainsaw, and then sticks it into a vagine of the woman, and then they're both there, their crotches being destroyed by this chainsaw, but it looks like they're having sex, and they're both going
because it's funny, okay,
up against each other, and I'm just like,
the 12-year-olds watching this movie need to laugh
unnecessary.
At something. Well, speaking of unnecessary, so there's a progression that we're going to see here. So the kids piss off Leather, and what happens from this point with their friend Little Sawyer here? Our good old friend Sally Hardesty, who looks like a Shoshone Indian man on a reservation, you know, it comes back after 50 years. It's time for me
to see him again.
Who? Leatherface. So she's in the movie for all of 60 seconds after this. Dies like immediately.
Look at that picture there. Franklin.
Oh, God.
And the rest. Even the hitchhiker. I miss the hitchhiker.
Yeah. I'm gonna... Can I get a picture of you guys? I'll take that. It's a good picture. Can I get some money out from you?
Am I the only one that thinks that guy wasn't that bad? Like, maybe don't let him in the van, but he was fine. That entire first movie could have been avoided because he wouldn't have put the blood on their car and marking them for destruction.
Do you think he was trying to write something there? Like, the car was moving really fast. What if he's trying to write like a mark on there? Y'all looking up the Zodiacs? Okay, well, I'm sorry. I was trying to keep us on track so hard, but the impressions always get me. So Sally Hardesty comes back for all of 3 minutes of the movie. Which
yeah, she does.
We did think it was going to be a standout scene, but it couldn't have blended more hard into the shit Sunday that we had. It was so pointless. It was so pointless because not only does she take a chainsaw to the stomach, she survives it and gets a point blank shot on him to like stumble him for just a moment.
She could have shot him right when she first saw him, when she becomes Walter White and she's like, say my name.
Say my name.
Sally Hardesty.
You're goddamn right.
It's like, I don't even know what to say. It was not what I was expecting though, and that was my last negative. That it was just such wasted potential because everything was like set up to be so
for
cool.
This moment. And like as soon as it happens, like as soon as she gets there, Curly Q and her sister get in the car, and like immediately, oh, I remember him. I remember he did my family. Oh, wait, he's here. She locked us in. And then she goes out of the car to go fight him. It was so fucking stupid.
Yeah,
like,
I was kind of
just
okay
as it started,
with that,
it was over.
But yeah. By the way, I just realized that I didn't finish my thought because we got into weird Elon Musk discussion. Don't use autopilot on your car. Floor it away. Okay?
Yeah, it's not like you can't drive it
away. Okay, now back to this. Yeah, it was wasted potential. Very much so. She's in
just
it
like us. It was just a waste 3 to 5 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe that's why it just affected me on such a deep molecular level. Yeah, so it could have been so much better. And nothing against the actor that plays her. I would say actress, but I don't think it's politically correct anymore.
Really?
Yeah. We won't get into it. We'll have an episode about it. Do you guys want that?
Well, we talked about comedians and comedians.
Yeah. So yeah, it was just unfortunate, and again, like I said, nothing against the actor. I can't even pronounce her name, to be honest with you. The first name's fine, but the last name, it gets all questionable. So you were fine, truly, and especially with Marilyn Burns having passed away, she obviously couldn't do it anymore. She had a passing resemblance to Sally, not so much Marilyn Burns, but Sally, especially like the pictures they showed and stuff.
Yeah, it's fine.
And like all of that was fine, and it was just like they wanted the end result, the kills. They wanted Halloween Kills without the setup of H18. You know what I mean? Like H18 has so much
really
good
they just wanted the end
story in it.
results. They just wanted to take their franchise and do the same thing.
Yeah,
so
and they immediately without the setup,
Yeah.
They are the DCEU to the MCU. That was a good analogy.
That's a good one right there. Yes, for
damn
sure.
straight. Yeah, her name is Olwen Fior.
I like that name.
Hope. Yeah. Is that how you think that last name is pronounced? Fior?
Yeah, we're close enough.
Okay, we could hope. Yeah, so I was unhappy with them killing her this quickly. I don't care about them killing her at some point, right? But if you're gonna have a trilogy of movies,
like
then what's your setup
it's
here?
the setup to the execution was just poorly done. So I mean, I don't really know.
So poorly done. She was on
to
screen
be fair,
for 6 minutes, maybe. Yeah.
And then even there's just so many small standout things too that are annoying. That, I mean, like I said, this is just one of those movies that makes me want to like it, but then gives no fucks to keep my attention at all.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think I kind of hit the nail on the head with what I wanted to say. So
me too.
Anything else you wanted to close out with?
Not really, other than just closing it off with a hey, leatherfuck. That says it all right there, I think. Yeah.
Yes.
I believe so.
Definitely.
So yeah.
So let us know in the comments below what you guys
what did you
thought
think
of Texas Chainsaw 2022, and if you want us to rank the movies in Leatherfaces, let us know. All it takes is one, and we'll do it.
Please don't.
Will we?
No, I don't want to.
All right, yeah, let's cut that out. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching the video.
Leave a legit comment telling us to do that, and not you, Anthony. Then fine. I can't promise it's going to be the next one, but we'll do it at some point.
You're right.
And yeah, so don't let us,
if you're a fan, enjoy
this movie. If you liked it, you liked it. That's awesome. Like I said, it's not the worst thing ever.
We like stupid things too.
Yeah. As we have said many a time. So yeah, there's tons of crap that I like. In conclusion, you want shit on me? I love Freddy's Dead, The Final Nightmare, and I love Halloween 6. Okay, so don't let what I say make you feel bad at all. Okay, I mean, look at me, I'm an idiot. So yeah, whatever. Let us know what you thought about it, and start a conversation down below. Let us know.
We love to see it.
Below.
We'll talk with you,
and we will talk with you, exactly. So have a nice rest of your morning, day, night, everyone. It was in order that time, and and yeah.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.